15 minutes so that it will motivate you. Do not take that video as like ma'am is showing all the examples. I just wanted to motivate you how well, like different types of methods are there to start a business. So one idea, like she was traveling from India to Australia. So in our flight she didn't get any food. She's a vegetarian, she didn't get vegetarian food from here to Australia. So she faced lots of problems because of not having food for a whole 2 days journey. So then she decided like she should start a Indian vegetarian restaurant so that she has to show her food techniques in all the countries in our world. So she wanted to develop our Indian food techniques and our food, our culture, our nativity in all the parts of the country. So that made her to start a business in form of a food restaurant. So last class one of the students showed me like one lady, she had started a food business in the beach of Chennai. That was because of pull factors where she was having a pathetic situation, so that made her to start a food business, and now she's one of the CEO of a top restaurant, isn't it? So the same type of an example I would like to show you. And tomorrow, I said you to see about the story behind Red Bus also. None of you had said me. And tomorrow I would like to show you an example of an MBA restaurant. There is a restaurant called MBA restaurant. You can type it in Google and see the story. So it is like a student who was striving hard to get an MBA seat in a good reputed college, but he couldn't because of competition, because of his nature. So he kept the restaurant name called MBA, and he used that restaurant. It's a coffee and tea stall. He used the tea stall in order to, like, he had kept one white board in the tea stall. Whoever has a need, let's say I'm an electrician, I have a requirement, like I would like to do my electrician work in home. So I will write that electrician, that I'm an electrician, I'm available. If you have any problems regarding an electrical issues, you can call me. I'm a Let's say I'm a plumber. I will be writing there, I am a plumber. If you have any issues, you can. Let's say I have a requirement of some construction, something in my home. So I will be writing there in that board. So he had used the tea stall not only as a tea stall, but also he had kept it as a mouth publicity. Like mouth publicity, he had kept a whiteboard so that you can write your requirements. So that leads to an advertisement, mouth advertisement, right? So that made his tea stall into a very big project. So tomorrow I will show that example. So like mouth publicity, advertising in a normal way is also one of the marketing strategy. Okay, so coming back to my class, let me start sharing my screen now. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So last class we had discussed the topic called what is an innovation and what is an improvement. What is the difference between an innovation, invention and improvement, isn't it? Then we had seen like what are the sources of innovation, what makes you to do something new to your company or to your firm, like necessity, because of unexpected situations, or because of a change in your views, or because of because of change in the market structure. Then we had seen like principles of innovation, like which there are a few principles, like innovation starts when people converts problems into ideas. Like innovation needs a system. All these are the topics which we had covered. Then we had seen the topic called what is a project. Some of the students said that project is a technical description of the work plan, what you wanted to do in a given time or in a given stipulated time, or it shows some gathering of a capital investment, what is a proposal of your capital investment, what are the flow of the goods and services of your product. All these technical terms are included in the project, right? So then we had seen, I had given a slide called how the project is being divided. Like project is divided into two different parts. Like one is the first part is how well the resources, the consumption of resources, allocation of resources. Then the second part is generation of resources, goods and services. Okay, then I had shown what how well you have to write your, how well clearly you have to mention your work plan, right? You should have, whenever you wanted to do some project, either it could be your final year project, you should have a clear objectives, isn't it? Clear object, what you wanted to do, how you wanted to do, how you wanted to achieve it. Okay, then how well you're consuming the resources, from where you're getting the material machine, how well you're consuming, how well you're producing, and what is the time to reach the objectives. All the points should be very clearly noted in the work plan. Okay, then we had seen the characteristics of a project, like what are the features you should have in the project. It should the project is nothing but it will show you the future goals, isn't it? How what you wanted to achieve, you will write it or you will document it, right? It will show you what are the how well you are allocating the resources, what is your plant layout, what is your marketing principles you are using. Those all are the characteristics of the project. Okay, then in the last slide, in the last class, I had given a table of a classification of project based on the quantity or based on the sectors, different sectors like agriculture, irrigation, industries, transportation, social service. And like based on the magnitude, I had given you based on the magnitude, I had let me use the pointer now. Based on the magnitude, I had divided the projects into mega, large scale, medium, small scale projects. Okay, based on service based, based on project oriented based. Like these are the basic classification based on the nature of your division, right? Based on the quantity, or based on the quality, based on the sector, and based on the economic point of view, or based on the factors of production, isn't it? Based on the, like let's say the best example what I used is sugar cane. If you're cultivating the sugarcane crops, there you will have, beside itself you will have sugar industries, isn't it? So the based on the product, raw materials, availability of the raw materials, also the projects are divided. Okay, so this is the basic classifications of the types of projects. So coming back to the topic of the second unit, is the topic is project ideas and technology. Project ideas and technology. So as of now, we had seen what is a project. What is a project? Now for today's class, we will see what are the sources of project ideas. What are the sources of project ideas? Means what is making you to think of the ideas. Like let's say I wanted to manufacture, or I wanted to start some restaurant. If I wanted to start a restaurant, what are the ideas, what are the brainstorming, what are the creative techniques which I am using to change the ideas into the product. That today we will see the sources of the sources of ideas and the sources of the products, and what are the different methods of producing a product. Let's say in some companies, they will manufacture the products on their own. They don't need any patent, like they are the sole proprietor of the product. In some companies, what they do, they take the license from they take the license method, and they will take the patent for the product, and they will manufacture. In some companies, they will buy the patented product. They will buy that firm which is having already the patented system, and that you call it as acquisition, right? That, like, these are the three different types of methods which you will produce the product, that we will see it in today's class. Okay. Right. So this is the last slide for the. This is the last topic of the topic called project, which I didn't explain it in the last class. Like, this is a classification where the international standard industrial classification, they had divided the economic activities into different divisions. Okay, you can see here I had given a table, division 0 to division 9 into, so from 0 to 9, in the sense they had divided into 10 different divisions, and they had categorized it in different divisions, like agriculture, forestry, hunting and fishing comes under division 0, mining comes under division 1, manufacturing comes under division 2 and 3, construction comes under division 4, electricity, gas, water and sanitary services will come under division 5, and commerce will come under division 6, transport, storage and communication comes under division 7, services based companies will come under division 8, activities not adequately described, which are not described, undescribed companies comes under division 9. So these are the categories which are done by international standard industrial classification. The abbreviation is ISIC. So this is a table regarding the classification of project. Like last class, we had seen the classification of projects based on the sectors, based on the quantity. So this is based on the divisions, different divisions, and their corresponding sectors. Okay. So coming back to today's topic, so now we had, as of now, we had seen what is a project. Now we will see what are the sources of ideas. Like, everyone has got a different problem, so but coming out of it with a new idea is nothing but getting a new technology or a new innovation, right? So here what I had written, good understanding of economics and economy. This also you have to take it into point. Whenever you wanted to start a company, you have to see the economics point of the region, what you have, or the boundaries of the region. Let's say if you're starting if you're producing a product, how well it is been influenced to the economics of the region, or the area surrounding to your company. So good understanding of economics and economy is must. Then changing the needs of the people in the locality and the society, watching the emerging trends in the society, right? This is very very important. I have given it in the red, in the sense very very important. Emerging trends, like see, just blindly manufacturing a product is not it will not take any use, but we have to see what are the emerging trends, what are the whether the competitors are using the same product, or they are having any add-ons to the product, or they are using any recent trends to that product. You have to see the emerging trends of the product in the society. Okay. Then how well, like here I had given in the fourth point, range of reading. See, the more and more you do the more and more you study on the product, the more and more you do the R&D, research and development, you will get the more innovation, more ideas you will get, right? So extensive reading, in order to get more ideas, the more you read, the more you do the research on the product, the more new things you will learn, isn't it? Then in the fifth point I had given, visiting the trade fairs and exhibition, isn't it? For every year in our country there is a trade fair and exhibition in the industrial and commerce sector. So when you visit those trade fairs and exhibition, you will get an idea. See, by watching all different types of products, and if you, by the way, if you see, you will get the more ideas in your mind, right? So visiting trade fairs and exhibition, displaying of the new products and services will add on to your brain, and it will leads to a creativity, right? So an entrepreneur must always should have a knowledge of where they are conducting this where they are conducting this international conferences. Like 2 days back I had shown you a blog. I have shown you a blog. In that blog they will show you the international conferences and national conferences on industries. So thereby you will have a step to do creative work by seeing the product physically, isn't it? So that is important, one of the source of your, generating the ideas in your brain. Okay, coming to the sixth point, observing the markets and doing the product analysis and market survey. This is very very important, like market survey, product analysis, demand analysis of the product. Let's say demand analysis is very very important. You have to see how well what is the demand of the product in the society. Like if the people are used to use the product, so if they are more opting, if they are more choosing a product which is well for them, so you can add some new features to that, and you can release the new product in the market, right? So the product analysis, demand analysis, market survey is also very very important. Okay, then the one of the method is reading some success stories of entrepreneur. That's the way I'm using this technique. Like every class I'm showing you some stories of um women entrepreneurs, like some of the students had said about Zomato, Oyo rooms, like reading their success stories. What are the hurdles they are facing, what are the statistics they are using, so that will make you to create to generate the ideas in your brain. Okay, then reading the patent files, like getting the information how to get the patents, or how there are already the patented products, so you can read how what is the features of the product. If it is related to your production, you can read the same products, or the products which are having the different features. If you read it, you can do some changes to that, and you can generate a new product. So these are the some of the ways to generate the ideas in your brain. So I say that from the starting of the class I said, like self discovery is very very important in an if you wanted to become an entrepreneur, you have to first to do brainstorming. Just think pleasantly, sit idle and think where you are, where you wanted to achieve, in which place you are. You can do your 100%, you can put your 100% effort to become an entrepreneur. So these is some of the techniques where you can generate the ideas, and you can utilize these sources, right? I would like to show you some of the methods for the sources of ideas. Like first one is creativity, second one is brainstorming. We'll see what is a creativity. Let me give you a chance. Okay, tell me what is a definition of a creativity. Students, are you there?
Okay,
Students,
ma'am.
are you there? So please explain me what is a creativity. Give me a definition of a creativity.
Ma'am, use of imagination.
Use of imagination.
New
Please
ideas, ma'am.
answer. New ideas. Okay, creativity is nothing but using your imagination and using your new ideas. Okay, anyone please tell me what is creativity?
Ma'am, own thoughts.
Own thoughts. Okay, still any answers? Triple E civil people, please answer. What is a creativity?
Inventiveness.
Yes,
Inventiveness.
I didn't get you.
Something new.
Something new. Okay, still any answers?
Something unique.
Being unique. Okay, still any answers? I want all of you to answer, please. There are about 95 attendees apart from me
Ma'am,
and
it
the
is to
presenter.
express and develop your ideas, ma'am.
Express and develop your ideas. Okay. Still anything? So I didn't
Thinking
give
out
any
of box.
thinking out of box. Very good. I didn't give any definition here. That's why I'm asking you. Thinking out of box or new ideas or uniqueness. Uniqueness is very important, isn't it? Creativity means everyone will have a creativity in the mind, but having a unique idea, coming out of a unique idea is very, very important. Still any answers? Still any answers? So, what makes you to do a creative work? What makes you to do a creative work? What makes you to do a creative work? Please
To
answer.
become inspiration.
To become an
If
inspiration.
we love anything deeply, we get creativity, ma'am.
Okay, if I give you
We
an
love passion.
okay. Still anything like what
In
makes
order to avoid difficulties.
yes, in order to avoid difficulties. If you are facing some problems, what you will do? No, I have to get rid of this problem, so I have to do something to get out of it, right? See, if I'm facing some problem like traffic problems, or like the same example is before we used to have parking problems because of the charges, the whatever the size of the cars or the automobiles were very large. But now what happened, you're getting hatchback vehicles, so that everyone can own a car and everyone is parking it, everyone is parking. And one of the example of myself, right? So like few years back I had learned gear vehicle, four wheeler vehicle. So I was having a traffic problem because I'm not aware of two wheeler or the cycle. So every time I have to change the gear, clutch, all those were really making me confused. Now because of the auto gear car, it is just like a scooty, just going, just pressing accelerator and brake, which is making my lifestyle, whatever my way, very easy, isn't it? It is like just driving it easily. If you know the traffic rules and regulations, if you know how well you are doing the reverse, or if you see it in the mirror, it is enough. No need of clutch. Too much of cumbersome is being avoided, right? So creativity is nothing but if you are facing some problems, you are just you're moving away from that by creating something new with a new ideas, that you call it as creativity, isn't it? So I had given here every problem holds an opportunity, isn't it? How many of you will agree for this? Every problem holds an opportunity. Problems are not excuses for giving up. Every problem has more than one solution. Think sideways. Creativity is fun. You get more ideas in an uncritical atmosphere, right? So the problems what you are facing will make you, it is a mother of creativities. Because of problems, because of the changes in your environment, it is making you to do something new so that you are comfortable, you are making yourself comfortable and the society, so that leads to a creativity. So because of this creativity, you are, it is leading to the source of ideas, right? So coming to brainstorming. Okay, how many of you, so please give me a definition of brainstorming. Give me a definition of brainstorming. What is brainstorming? Are you there, students?
Getting collective thoughts
Hello?
Getting collective thoughts for an idea.
Getting collected thoughts. Can you be louder?
Getting collective ideas.
Okay. So anyone else who wants to give the definition of a brainstorming? Please give me the definition of brainstorming. What is a brainstorming?
Solving the problem in
Creativity
different way.
techniques.
Solving the problem in a different way. Okay. Is
Creating
there
techniques.
creating techniques? So is it a group activity or an individual activity?
Individual.
Group activity.
It is a group activity you can do individually, but brainstorming is generally they do group activity. Still any definitions like did you do any brainstorming in your external exams, during your external exams?
No,
Did you?
ma'am. We have tried, but we didn't.
So how did you try? Like what was the method you had used for your external exam?
Ask others for answers.
Just by reading textbooks, ma'am. No one uses.
Okay, you didn't do the group activity. Still, anyone wants to define brainstorming? Still, anyone wants to define brainstorming?
Group discussion to solve problems.
Group discussion to solve problems. Yes, very good answer. Still, any answers? Okay, fine. So brainstorming is a situation where the group of people meet to generate a new ideas and solution around a specific domain of interest by removing inhibitions is called as a brainstorming, right? So what is that is like they will be sitting in a group, or it could be connecting through a net or any other sources, and they will be thinking, they will be having a thorough discussion on the topic or the product which they wanted to develop, and thereby they will try to generate the solutions, isn't it? Brainstorming is nothing but you will be generating the solutions by having a group of discussions or a group of views on the product. You call it as a brainstorming, right? So this is nothing but a non-conventional thinking. Non-conventional and conventional. Non-conventional thinking is nothing but like a way whereby you will be having the group discussions or the group views on it could be a debate, or it could be a group discussion, or it could be a single view also, right? So the thoroughly, if you do the more brainstorming or the more R&D work on the product, you will get more ideas. So these are the sources of getting the new ideas in your brain. So coming back to the next topic is what is the process of selecting a product. Right now you you are having an idea. Let's say my idea is my idea is like I would like to do the teaching, right? So teaching is one of the idea where I would like to start a company or an entrepreneur in terms of teaching, right? So that is an idea. Now what is the product which I wanted to manufacture? This is a procedure for selection of a product. Before selecting of the products, here I had given some question marks here. So these are the question marks which you have to have in the brain, like what are the let's now I'm in a stage to manufacture a product. So first and foremost thing, question what I have to do is, what is import restriction? Is there any restrictions of import and export? The trading of the import and export, the flow of the goods and services is called as a net trading, right? So is there any import restrictions to the product which I wanted to launch? Okay, then what is the degree of profitability, or what is the amount of experience, whether I'm having an experience in the manufacturing what the product I wanted to do? What is my experience in the marketing? Like see, you have to see the market planning, demand planning, the product planning. All these I have to have a well experience in the shop floor, isn't it? So whether I'm having experience or not. What is the degree of profitability? How, if I'm launching the product, what is the degree of the profitability in the society? If is I'm the fourth point is I had given you concessions available from the government for producing the product. What are the incentives? What are the concessions? What are the tax exemptions I am getting? Like a few days back, I had shown you some of the websites like TSIIC. There is a state industrial development corporation which are giving you the incentives. There is an corporation called NSIC, National Small Scale Industry Corporation, which is promoting the small scale units financially and technically. So you have to be well known about what are the concessions I can get, what are the subsidies I can get. Okay, then the product belongs to priority industry or not. Like different types of industries are there: small scale, large scale, service based, product based. So is my product is standing in which place? So these are the question marks you have to make it in your mind before selecting a product. Okay, then what is the product? If I'm launching the product, what is the market of that product? Let's say tea and coffee. So tea, how many of the people are consuming the tea? What is the competition if I want to replace tea with a coffee? What is the price of the coffee in the market? What is the price of the coffee in the tea? So like that you have to frame it. Okay, then the export market, import market. Then I had given you the third point, very very important: the product, whether the product belongs to licensed category or non-licensed category. I said, right, license category is nothing but you have to pay so that to get a patent of the product. The same thing is like if I correlate it with your project, final year project, everyone will do the final year project, but getting patent of the project is also very very important. That is mandatory in the masters, right? So getting patent rights or buying already the patented product, that you have to see whether your product is under licensed or non-licensed. Okay, then you have to see whether this product belongs to ancillary unit or not. Is there a ready demand? Or how well, if let's say if I wanted to manufacture a product, if I wanted to become an ancillary unit to a parent unit, so you have to see how well you are connecting to the parent company, right? Ancillary unit is the one where you will produce the product more than 50%. In order to produce more than 50%, you should have a parent company, right? That knowledge also you should have. Then special advantages is like, what is a free trade zone? What is a trade zone? I would like to know what is a trade zone, students. Just tell me what is a free trade zone. Type it in the Google and tell me what is a free trade zone. What is a free trade zone? Yes, are you there, students?
It's a
What?
special type of economic.
Yes, type of economy. Yes, what is a free trade zone?
An area where goods are landed, stored, and handled.
Yes, repeat it.
It is a geographic area where goods can be handled, manufactured, etc.
Can be manufactured
Duty
easily.
free areas.
It is a free areas where you will not have, it is not subjected to customs duty. What is a customs duty product? You when you go to this what you say, airports, you can see it is a free, it's a customs duty product or zero customs duty product. Did you buy any products? Did you buy any products of customs duty products? And you can see that display in some of the shops in airports.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? What is that? No, what is that? What is that? What is the difference between that product and the normal product?
Will not get taxed, ma'am.
Will not get tax. zero customs duty products. You can see that display in airports. I had seen it in Dubai airport also had seen. I bought one mobile with zero customs duty. You will not have tax for it, right? These free trade zones are nothing but where you will have exemptions. So please define what is a free trade zone. One of you can please read what is free trade zone so that we will listen. Can anyone please read what is free trade zone?
Free trade zone is also known as foreign trade zone.
Yes.
Formerly free port, an area within which goods may be landed, handled, manufactured, or reconfigured and re-exported without the intervention of the customs authorities.
Yes, so these are generally not subjected to customs duty, and it is a place where you can export, import, and you can store, or you can get the manufactured products or re-exported products under specific customs regulation, and generally these are not subjected to the customs duty. You call it as free trade zone, right? So you have to see whether the product these are the some of the features or the some of the methods, like whether the product belongs to free trade zone or whether the product is having a special incentives or concessions. So those all knowledge you should have when you select a product, right? So everyone is clear with what is a free trade zone? Everyone is
ma'am.
clear? So today we had seen some of the technical terms, like what is a customs duty product which is not having taxes. You can see this zero customs duty products in airports. If you in future if you visit the airports, you can see zero customs duty, like electronic goods, all those they will sell there. Okay, so free trade zone, and you have to see whether the product is having any incentives or concessions, whether it belongs to any ancillary unit, whether the product is under any licensed category or non-licensed category. All these you have to have a knowledge before selecting a product. Okay, now we will see what are the different methods of obtaining the product. Okay, what is the time now? It is 12:50. After 5 minutes, I will show you the video at 12:55. Please remind me at 12:55. Any of the student, please remind me. I will show you the video. Okay, so this is the classification of methods of obtaining the product. The first method is internal development, second method is licensing, third one is acquisition. Okay, first one is internal development, is nothing but developing your firm with your own techniques, or discovering and developing the new products for the firm itself, for your company or for your organization. If you are developing something new to the product, that you call it as internal development. Okay, the second one is licensing. Licensing is nothing but getting the rights, getting the patent rights is nothing but a licensing. The example is Coca-Cola. The third one is acquisition. Buying the firm which is already having the patented product is called as an acquisition, right? These are the different ways of obtaining the products or producing the products. First one is internal development, second one is licensing, third one is acquisition. So acquisition, out of these three, acquisition is very costly because you have to buy the firm which is having the exclusive rights, right? The second one, the second category, licensing, is like the example is electronics or the automobiles. There are some patented products, like best example is engine, right? So I had worked in one of the company where they used to manufacture this autos, three-wheeler autos. Okay, they used to manufacture the outer section, the chassis, whatever the outer unit, the cabinet, the inner, the steering part, everything. But they used to take the patented engine. The engine part is not manufactured by our unit. They used to take they used to buy that engine from the other ancillary unit, right? So that's why they used to have the licensing cost of that product, right? The whatever the internal development you do to that product plus licensing unit will give rise to the whole product. That was my experience, where the engine was licensed product, the cabinet or the inner the chassis was manufactured by our own firm. Okay, so these are the different ways of obtaining the product internal licensing and acquisition. So coming to this slide, I had given you, I wanted to show you the flow diagram of product planning and development process. So what is the flow chart here? For the first stage is generation of product ideas. The second stage is screening of the new ideas. Now here you will see which are useful to you. You will remove with the rejected part. The more you remove, the more you will get the perfect ideas. Everyone will get the ideas on their own, but rejecting the ideas and using only the apt idea is also very, very important. So in the second stage, what they do, they do the screening of new ideas. Then in the third stage, they will do concept development and testing. Now the ideas are framed, the perfect idea is taken out from the 100 number of ideas, and now they will develop the concept and they will test it. Once the idea is feasible, once the idea is okay with in terms of market, in terms of financially, in terms of technically, they will see all the criteria. Once it is okay, then they will do the analysis in terms of business analysis. This we had seen, like market analysis, demand analysis, all these will come under business analysis. Then once the analysis is done, then they will do the product development, they will test it, and they will do the commercialization. Now in the last stage, they will do the harvesting, right? This is the product development or the product planning process. In the next class, tomorrow's class, I will show you all the graphs. What is the idea? There are different stages, isn't it? Idea stage, screening stage, concept development stage, business analysis stage, product development stage, testing stage. So I will show you the graphs, how well the product is being developed from the ideas to the last output. That we'll see it in the next class. So coming back to this last slide, this is a checklist I had prepared. Checklist is nothing but checklist is nothing but I will be having some points where I will be ticking it, ticking whether it is useful or whether it is not useful. These are the checklist for choosing the ideas. So I will just read only few checklist here. The first question I will frame in my checklist is: do you believe in the product or service? Right? Do you understand the customer, whether if let's say I'm having an idea in the mind, whether it is working out or not, whether if I wanted to use this idea in the company, whether all my subordinates are willing to that or not is also very, very important. Because an entrepreneur, though he wanted to achieve something in his brain, but he has to even motivate his subordinates also, isn't it? He should be a very good motivator here, and he should make his subordinates to work. He should make a very good environment in his firm, right? So that idea, that the willingness of his subordinates is also very, very important, right? One of the checklist here I had written: is the idea innovative? Is it giving a social benefits? It should also give you the economic benefits also. All these you have to frame it. These are some of the points in checklist. Okay, are you expecting a good return? Do you have experience in the business? Are you understanding what are the customers you have? Let's say if I'm having an idea to manufacture a mobile, what are the customers, what are the valuable customers of my to buy my mobile, right? So you should have a knowledge of the customers who are buying your product. That also you should have a checklist. Okay, so let me show the video and then I will continue. Right, can I play the video? Is this visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. She's Jayanti Katale. Is it audible to you? Hello?
No, ma'am.
No, you are
No,
not.
ma'am.
No, you are not able to listen.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Now? Now? Now?
We can't listen.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me share it again. Please be on the line. Now? Now can you listen?
Yes, ma'am, it is audible.
Okay.
Working there as a project manager. I was working there as a software engineer. Because I was working in an IT company, I was traveling a lot outside India. And the most, and I will say, the regretting part of it was food. I was unable to get my.
Ma'am, audio is very low, ma'am.
Okay.
Not able to understand.
Listen. See the top subtitles.
एक लड़की थी अनजानी सी, एक लड़के पे वो बची. लड़का वेजिटेरियन था, लड़की नॉन वेजिटेरियन थी. लड़का पेरिस में गया, and he actually he was unable to eat, and the seed of Purna Brahma actually got implanted in my mind, my heart, my soul at that moment when he wrote a love letter in front of Eiffel Tower saying that Priya Monis, it's Marathi, but Priya Monis, तुझी आठवण येते, पण त्याआधी खरं सांगू खूप भूक लागली. And that tear of his is still on that love letter. When we were traveling back from Australia, we were unable to tell that we are vegetarian and we are looking for vegetarian food. And we didn't got veg food throughout our flight. That day, in that flight, I decided I'm going to start Purna Brahma now. My day used to start at 3 o'clock in the morning, ends at 12:30 in the night. In Purna Brahma, every employee get same salary. Means there is no gender bifurcation. Employee has to eat before they serve to the customer, to the guest. Employee has to drink water every 1 hour. That is called as water therapy. This got recognized by all parents who used to come to Purna Brahma, who are coming to Purna Brahma and having food with their kids. If kids don't finish their food, they will come and they will tell us, they are coming and they are telling us, please charge us 2% more so that we can tell them you are not supposed to waste the food. We are putting effort. एक वड़ा पाव के पीछे कम से कम 15 लोगों का हाथ है, कम से कम 15 लोगों का घर चल रहा है. Serving Maharashtrian food outside Maharashtra was a big responsibility on my head. Serving this food in India outside Maharashtra was easy because we are in India, but outside India to different countries, it was a big responsibility. We were actually training customer, our guests, how to eat misal, how to eat our vada pav, how to eat our Zunka bhaकर. We have 48 centers which are home chef centers from where we are serving Ganesha's favorite modak.
So how many of you followed this video? Hello? Hello? So she used so she used different technique. Like if you waste the food, she will charge 2%. So is this a good technique? Right. So
Yes.
yes, so wasting food is also very like she used that, and every employee is getting the same salary, and they use water therapy for every 1 hour. They have to take water, right? So these are the different techniques where she wanted to use our Indian the food culture, like in all the parts of the country, right? So this is one of the way you can I myself got inspired. A woman working in a software company, she came out of from that, and now she is a CEO of a very reputed restaurant, right? So I think from this triple and civilly, at least one person, if you become an entrepreneur, you have to think, okay, madam said something which is useful to me, right? So thanks a lot for listening. Please be on the line. I will take the attendance. Yes. So tomorrow I will be showing you a video on MLA tea stall, and I will be continuing the slides of the unit 2. By this week we will finish unit 2, and we will also discuss the important questions from the unit 2 also. Thanks a lot for listening. Tomorrow I'll catch you at 11:20, both civil and triple E. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.